What if I told you that a habit taking you less than 30 seconds a day is quietly dismantling your kidney function, and the worst part is, you probably think you're doing something healthy? I know. We've been taught for decades that as we age, our kidneys just naturally slow down, that getting older means a higher creatinine score is just a fact of life. But I am not talking about a natural decline. I am talking about a specific modern habit that is forcing your kidneys to work at 200% capacity until they simply cannot keep up anymore. There is a brand new wave of clinical research, some of it released just months ago in early 2026, that is forcing nephrologists to completely rewrite the playbook on renal health for seniors. By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what this 30-second habit is, why it is particularly dangerous after the age of 60, and, most importantly, the simple science-backed shift you can make today to stop the damage and potentially even restore your kidney vitality. So stick with me. This one matters. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, this is the place where I dig into the real science behind aging, organ health, and longevity, without the hype, without the scare tactics, and without trying to sell you a miracle supplement. Today, we are tackling something that genuinely shocked me when I started reading the latest longitudinal studies. Kidney disease is often called the silent killer because your kidneys can lose up to 90% of their function before you ever feel a single symptom. In the United States alone, nearly 37 million people are living with chronic kidney disease, or CKD. And here is the statistic that should get everyone's attention. 1 in 3 seniors over the age of 65 is currently living with some stage of kidney disease, and most of them have no idea. But here is what is changing. Over the last 12 months, scientists have identified that it isn't just age or genetics driving this epidemic. It is a specific biochemical trigger we engage in daily. We've treated the kidneys like passive filters for too long, like a coffee filter that just sits there. But your kidneys are actually high-performance chemical plants. And when you feed them the wrong signal for just 30 seconds a morning or evening, you are effectively throwing a wrench into the gears. Let me walk you through it. First, I need to explain the Nephron Debt. Inside each of your kidneys, you have about 1 million tiny filtering units called nephrons. Think of them like the specialized staff in a massive recycling center. When you are 20 years old, you have a full staff. But as we hit 60 and beyond, we naturally lose some of those workers. That is normal. What isn't normal is when the remaining nephrons are forced to do the work of 5 people because of a specific metabolic stressor. This stressor is what I call the hidden solute surge. Most of us think kidney damage comes from big things like a massive salt intake or extreme dehydration. But the research is showing it's actually the microdosing of certain common compounds found in modern food processing and even some common health routines that is causing the most damage. Let's look at the statistics of who is being hit the hardest, because the data reveals some very specific vulnerabilities. Recent 2026 reports show that chronic kidney disease disproportionately impacts different communities due to varying rates of metabolic precursors. For instance, Black Americans are nearly 4 times as likely as white Americans to develop kidney failure. Currently, while Black people make up about 13% of the U.S. population, they account for over 35% of the people on dialysis. Hispanic Americans are also 1.3 times more likely to suffer from kidney failure than non-Hispanic white Americans. This isn't just about biology, it's about how our modern environment interacts with our unique physiological blueprints. If you belong to one of these higher risk groups, understanding this habit isn't just a tip, it's a necessity for survival. Now let's talk about this 30-second habit. It's the habit of subclinical supplementation and effortless dehydration. Many seniors, in an effort to stay healthy, take common over-the-counter anti-inflammatories or certain health powders without realizing they contain massive amounts of phosphorus or hidden sodium. It takes 30 seconds to swallow a pill or stir a powder into a drink. But for a 65-year-old kidney, that 30-second act creates a pressure spike in the glomerulus, the tiny bundle of capillaries where filtering happens. When you take an NSAID, for example, it works by blocking prostaglandins. Those are the chemicals that tell your blood vessels to open up. When you block them, the blood vessels leading into your kidneys constrict. Your kidneys are suddenly gasping for blood, yet they are still expected to filter your entire blood volume every few minutes. Over years, this 30-second daily pill swallowing habit creates microscopic scarring. Scientists call this interstitial fibrosis. It is essentially the death by 1,000 cuts for your renal system, but it goes deeper than just pills. Earlier this year, researchers at the University of Michigan published a study that identified a specific solute to fluid ratio that seniors are getting wrong. They found that many people over 60 are in a state of perpetual concentrated urine. Because the thirst mechanism weakens as we age, we don't feel thirsty even when our kidneys are struggling. We go about our day, perhaps drinking a coffee or a tea, but the solute load, the minerals, waste products, and chemicals our kidneys must move, is too high for the amount of water available. This creates microcrystals. These aren't full-blown kidney stones that send you to the ER. They are tiny, jagged particles that scratch the delicate lining of the nephrons as they pass through. It takes 30 seconds to decide not to drink that extra glass of water, and that decision is what's slowly aging your kidneys. There are 4 specific pathways through which this 30-second habit destroys your health. The first is glomerular hypertension. When the kidneys are underhydrated or overburdened with solutes, the body raises the blood pressure specifically inside the kidney to force the fluid through the filter. It's like trying to wash a car with a high-pressure nozzle but with a clogged hose. Eventually, the pressure itself breaks the machine. Chronic high pressure in the kidneys leads to protein leaking into your urine, a condition called albuminuria, which is the smoking gun of kidney damage. The second pathway is phosphate overload. This is the part that really made me put my coffee down when I read the latest 2026 nutrition journals. Many of the quick meals or senior-friendly processed foods we eat are loaded with inorganic phosphorus additives used as preservatives. Unlike the organic phosphorus found in meat or nuts, which we only absorb about 50% of, we absorb nearly 100% of inorganic phosphorus. High levels of phosphorus in the blood act like a toxin to the blood vessels, causing them to calcify and harden. It takes 30 seconds to eat a processed snack, but that inorganic phosphorus can stay in your system for hours, taxing your kidneys and stiffening your arteries. The third pathway is the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, or RAAS. This is the hormone system that controls your blood pressure and fluid balance. When the kidneys feel that 30-second solute surge without enough water, they freak out. They think the body is in a state of emergency, so they trigger the RAAS to hold on to salt and raise blood pressure. This creates a feedback loop. Your blood pressure goes up to help the kidneys, but that high blood pressure then damages the kidneys further. For many seniors, their essential hypertension isn't a heart problem at all. It's a kidney problem caused by this daily habit. The fourth pathway is the uric acid trap. Recent 2026 data from the Global Renal Initiative found a staggering correlation between quick fructose consumption, like the kind found in sweetened juices or high fructose corn syrup, and a rapid decline in kidney function in people over 60. Fructose is unique because its metabolism in the liver produces uric acid as a byproduct. High uric acid doesn't just cause gout, it causes systemic vasoconstriction in the kidneys. That 30-second glass of sweetened health juice in the morning might be sending your kidney's blood supply into a tailspin. Now, why is this so critical for seniors specifically? Because as we age, our renal reserve diminishes. A 30-year-old can handle a solute surge or a day of dehydration because they have a massive backup staff of nephrons. A 70-year-old does not. When you lose a nephron after 60, it's gone. There is no regrowing the filtering tissue of the kidney. This is why the habits you form today are the most important investments you will ever make. So, the question is, what can you actually do about it? I am not a doctor, and you should always consult with your renal specialist or GP before making changes, especially if you are already on blood pressure medication or diuretics. But the research points to a very clear Renal Rescue Protocol. First, the front-loading water habit. Instead of sipping water all day, which often isn't enough to trigger a flush, the research suggests drinking 12 to 16 ounces of room-temperature water first thing in the morning. This takes 30 seconds. This washout effect helps clear the accumulated solutes from the night and signals to the kidneys that the water supply is abundant. Second, the additive scan. Start looking at labels for anything that contains the word phosphate, like sodium triphosphate or phosphoric acid. These are almost always in processed meats, dark sodas, and shelf-stable baked goods. Swapping these for fresh alternatives can reduce your inorganic phosphorus load by up to 50% in just 1 week. Third, strategic alkalization. Your kidneys have to work much harder in an acidic environment. Modern diets are very acid-forming. Clinical trials have shown that adding a small amount of alkalizing foods, like lemons, limes, or dark leafy greens, helps neutralize the acid load on the kidneys. This allows the nephrons to focus on filtering waste rather than balancing the blood's pH. Fourth, the magnesium shield. Magnesium is the master mineral for vascular health, and most seniors are deficient. Magnesium helps keep the blood vessels in the kidneys relaxed and prevents the calcification caused by high phosphorus. A 2026 study found that seniors with optimal magnesium levels had a 20% slower decline in GFR, glomerular filtration rate, over a 5-year period. I want to zoom out for a second, because this represents a massive shift in how we think about the body. For most of medical history, we treated the kidneys like an isolated drainage system. But what the new research is showing us is that the kidneys are actually the control tower for your entire aging process. They regulate your vitamin D activation, your red blood cell production, and your bone density. When your kidneys are struggling, your bones become brittle, your energy levels tank, and your heart has to work twice as hard. This changes the game. It means preventing old age might actually look like protecting your kidneys in your 50s and 60s. Instead of just waiting for your annual physical to see if your creatinine has spiked, you can be proactive. You can analyze your solute to fluid habits every single day. There are already researchers looking at real-time hydration sensors that can tell you exactly when your kidneys are entering a pressure zone. We are at the very beginning of this story, but the direction is unmistakable. Renal health is the foundation of longevity. Look, I know this is a lot of information, and I don't want anyone walking away from this video feeling scared. If you've spent years taking NSAIDs or not drinking enough water, your kidneys are resilient. They want to heal. They want to find a balance. The point of this video isn't to tell you that you've already failed. It's to tell you that you have the valve in your hand. You can choose to reduce the pressure today. If there is one thing I want you to take away from this video, it is this. Your kidneys are the most hard-working, underappreciated organs in your body. They process 200 quarts of blood every single day to sift out 2 quarts of waste. They are doing this for you every second, even while you sleep. The 30-second habit of giving them the fluid and the clean fuel they need isn't a chore. It's an act of gratitude. If this video helped you or taught you something new, I'd genuinely appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. It helps the algorithm show this to other seniors who might be unknowingly destroying their kidneys, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I have more videos coming on heart health, metabolic flexibility, and the new science of aging well, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. Drop a comment down below. I want to hear from you. Have you noticed changes in your energy or your blood pressure when you drink more water? Have you ever had a doctor talk to you about your GFR or phosphorus levels? I read every comment, and a lot of these video ideas come directly from your experiences. I also want to address a quick bonus tip regarding nighttime habits. Many seniors stop drinking water at 6 p.m. to avoid waking up to use the bathroom. While sleep is vital, this creates a 12-hour desert for your kidneys. If you struggle with nighttime urination, talk to your doctor about compression socks or leg elevation during the day. Often, the fluid that collects in your legs during the day is what's making you go at night. By moving that fluid back into circulation earlier, you can stay hydrated in the evening without the 3 a.m. wake-up call. Your kidneys don't take a night shift. They need fluid 24/7. Ultimately, your health is a narrative of your daily rituals. For too long, the aging chapter has been written as a story of inevitable decline. We've been told to just accept the pills and the decreasing energy, but the science of 2026 is telling a different story. It's a story of vascular resilience. It's a story of renal preservation, and it's a story where you are the lead character with the power to change the ending. Imagine your body as a high-performance vehicle. You wouldn't wait for the engine to seize before you check the oil, right? Your kidneys are your oil filters. Keep them clean, keep them lubricated, and they will keep you running smoothly well into your 80s, 90s, and beyond. I've seen people in their 80s with the kidney function of a 40-year-old, and almost every time, it comes down to these simple 30-second daily choices. It's about the direction of your habits, not the perfection of them. We are seeing a revolution in Geroscience, the study of the biology of aging. We are learning that things like senolytic, compounds found in certain fruits, can actually help the kidneys clear out old zombie cells that cause inflammation. We are learning that the timing of our meals affects our renal blood flow. This is an exciting time to be focused on your health. You have more agency now than any generation of seniors in human history. As we move forward, I'll be diving deeper into the specific foods that act as kidney cleaners and the breathing techniques that can lower your renal blood pressure in minutes. There is so much more to explore, but for today, just start with that one glass of water. Start with that one label check. Start with the realization that your kidneys are worth those 30 seconds and your long-term daily health. I want to thank you for spending this time with me. Your commitment to learning and growing is what keeps this community vibrant. You aren't just watching a video, you are participating in a movement of informed, empowered aging. This is how we change the statistics. This is how we move from 1 in 3 seniors having kidney disease to a future where we all thrive. Your kidneys perform a silent, heroic dance every single hour to maintain your internal equilibrium, and acknowledging that effort is the first step toward true longevity. By making these small but profound adjustments to your hydration and dietary transparency, you are effectively providing your body with the biological blueprints for sustained resilience. Do not underestimate the cumulative power of these brief, intentional moments. They are the foundation upon which a vibrant and independent future is built for you and your loved ones. Take care of your kidneys. Take care of your filters. And I'll see you in the next one. Even simple awareness today can prevent complications tomorrow, empowering smarter choices and strengthening your confidence in managing your health effectively. Stay proactive, stay curious, and keep taking the lead in your wellness journey. You are part of a new generation of seniors who are proactive, informed, and empowered. Every morning is an opportunity to give your body exactly what it needs to thrive. I think you'll be surprised at how much power you have over your own vitality. Remember, the body is a highly sensitive chemical reactor. Feed it the right signals, and it will respond. Choose strength. Choose vitality. I'm honored to be on this journey with you, digging into the clinical journals and finding the truths that the big marketing departments might overlook. Your health is your narrative, and today you've just started a very powerful new chapter. See you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into the secrets of longevity. Keep taking the lead.